Joe Biden recently signed off on Juneteenth as a national holiday in the US. The recognition of the holiday, which commemorates the end of slavery in the US, has been celebrated as a major symbolic shift away from the rhetoric of the Trump era. But many have forgotten this moment during the 2019 Democratic primary.
And I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden. I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Wow, so it seemed like you are trying to call him racist. Hold on. Despite insisting that she wasn't calling, hold on one second.
Insisting that she wasn't calling Biden racist, Harris was in fact accusing him of preventing black students from integrating into white schools.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, because if he opposed busing, and he didn't want you going to our schools, you already know what he said. Like he was friends with someone, I believe they said in one of the other videos, like the gentleman that was on the block talking to another black dude. It was two black dudes, and he was talking to another black dude about Joe Biden. And he was like, man, this dude used to be friends with people who was with, segregation. It was with this, it was with that. So yeah.
And of being friends with openly racist politicians.
Yep.
So what is Joe Biden's real
Yep.
record on race? Harris wasn't inaccurate in her criticism of Biden, who has a checkered history on racial justice, despite painting himself as a staunch civil rights advocate over the years. Perhaps one of the most criticized moments in Biden's past is his involvement in the creation of the notorious 1994 crime bill. People forget that the informal name for the bill was Biden's crime law. The legislation is
What? So it was his baby? This is Biden's crime law. I want it to be posted as that. Well, we love the bill and everything because we think it's extremely racist. Thank you. Fist bump. But got a little bit of bad news. We got to take your name off of the bill. Dang it, man. I could have went down in history. We got to name it the crime bill. No more Biden's crime law. Well, then give me credit somewhere. Can my name at least be shown in the credits or something?
widely criticized for being responsible for making the effects of mass incarceration in the US exponentially worse. Biden was also a key architect of the devastating Iraq War. Responsibility for the war is often blamed on George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, and other Republicans.
It was.
But in reality, Biden played a key role as a Democrat. In the lead up to the war, Biden convened a series of Senate hearings to drum up support for the invasion on the basis of flimsy intelligence material being presented by the Republicans.
What is the threat from Iraq? Obviously, to fully answer this question will require us to have additional enclosed hearings.
Not a single anti-war voice was invited to the hearings.
So basically what happened was whoever had the most interest in this war happening, whom we thought it was all about, it was about Bush's agenda and him trying to get back for something else. Because I'm not going to start speaking on a bunch of things, sound like a complete idiot because I don't know a whole lot about politics. But I will say this. This is extremely shocking to me that he played a serious hand in this right here, because it seemed like he was used and he didn't mind being used. As a matter of fact, it probably was going another way. And if he wasn't in a position that he was in, it wouldn't have happened, because they wouldn't have had a mouthpiece to push it over to the side of, okay, it's on now. We're going to war.
Biden also admits to having been civil with Democratic colleagues who were openly racist, like James Eastland, who had a long history of racist remarks, including that black Americans belonged to an inferior race. as well as the segregationist Herman Talmadge, who vigorously opposed school integration.
Governor, this means in effect that your state would set up a private school system. We intend to maintain separate schools in Georgia, one way or another, come what may.
Ah, gracious, bro. Like I get it. You don't want your country to change, and you thinking that it's beautiful and white the way it was, and let them be where they are and let us be where we are. It's not going to change, not as long as I'm in power. And apparently this is Joe Budden's friend. Okay. I mean, Joe Biden's friend. Joe Budden. Why is Joe Budden on my mind?
Biden also developed a decades-long friendship with segregationist Strom Thurmond, who he worked with attempting to pass the Biden-Thurmond Violent Crime Control Act in 1991. Biden also spoke at his funeral.
We became good friends. I'm not sure exactly why or how it happened, Nancy.
Nah, you know how it happened, bro. You became good friends with him by being friendly, by communicating, by not considering his flaws, and being close enough to trust him with your with just with your health and safety, because you have a family, and of course you're going to put that first over anything. So if you call him your friend, then obviously you allowed him to be close enough, regardless of how he moved or what he thought or what he believed. Man, y'all get on my nerves, man. I shouldn't be learning all this stuff.
But you know we did.
In the lead up to the 2008 election, Biden was also in the spotlight for a number of comments, including referring to Barack Obama as articulate and clean, and associating Indian immigrants with Dunkin' Donuts and 7-Eleven chains.
Wow.
Do these gaffes or misunderstandings, or however you would characterize them, indicate you're uncomfortable talking about race, or are people just being too sensitive?
I think that I have my whole career. I got involved in public policy. I got involved in politics because of the civil rights movement.
Biden also has an unreliable history surrounding his own involvement in the civil rights struggle. He has at times claimed to have been deeply involved, at other times not that active, and in the lead up to the 2020 election once again claimed to have been heavily involved. He was also caught out claiming to have been arrested trying to visit Nelson Mandela.
This day, 30 years ago, Nelson Mandela walked out of prison and entered into discussions about apartheid. I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robbins Island.
Was Joe Biden ever arrested? And was he arrested for what he's saying he's arrested for? Or is he just fronting? Is Joe Biden clout chasing? Come on, bro. You don't clout. Come on, man. You didn't think nobody was recording this? Don't look like anybody behind you believe you. Look at this. Don't look like anybody behind him believes him.
You now say you weren't arrested and it didn't happen in Soweto. You were at the airport in Johannesburg and you were stopped from going through the door for blacks. I guess the question is, were you confused or were you just trying to embellish a story?
Offered the chance to run with
Why didn't he let him answer?
The question is, were you confused or were you just trying to embellish a story?
Offered the chance to run with Biden in 2020, Kamala Harris's once scathing criticisms about race faded away, and the two have worked closely since winning the election.
I believe you that you're fully supportive of him. How does that transition happen? How do you go from being such a passionate opponent on such bedrock principles for you, and now you guys seem to be pals?
It was a debate.
What does that mean? It was jokes? Were you joking? Did you? Okay. All right. So, did you really feel like he was being racist toward you and others by supporting that no busing law? Was that just a moment where you was playing with the people who was going to vote for you? Like, he was like, you saw a moment where you can pull out your lady tears and get and act like I'm passionate and win votes. Is that what you was trying to do? Because that's what happened. If you're saying it was just a debate, come on, in debates you get dirty. You say things you don't mean. You try to win points. Yeah, I saw ladies out there. I had to tug at their heartstrings. I saw black people out there. I had to tug at their heartstrings. I had to put him on the spot. But I didn't mean it. It was a freaking debate. What's that?
Not everybody landed punches like you did, though.
It was a debate.
So you don't mean it.
It was a debate. That the whole reason, literally, it was a debate. It was called a debate.
I understand.
Everyone traveled to the debate. There were journalists there covering the debate, where there would be a debate of differences of opinion and issues.
Okay, what does that mean? Why you keep on saying it was a debate? It was a debate. It was a debate. We were supposed to discuss different issues and topics. It was a debate. What does that mean? Did you or did you not believe that he was being racist and in support of people who felt the same way?
I am 1,000% supportive of Joe Biden, and I will again do everything I can to make sure he is elected.
The Democrats may be keen to forget Biden's past, but should everyone else have to as well?
Please, 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 just let me know whatever it is you want me to know in the comments below, all right? I apologize if I don't, because I don't think I said anything to offend anyone. I don't think I did. But that brother, oh my gosh. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. This is, see, I need to stop daggone. That's pretty much all I have, man. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.